Also, get out and run. Golden State doesn't do a very good job of scoring in transition. They are susceptible to that. So I would say that's number two. And then, you have to also account to the fact that Golden State has been used to winning, and now they're not as consistently. So they're 2-4 in their last 6 games. So that inconsistency, to me, at least, says that the Raptors can try and take advantage of that by jumping on them early. So out of the last 3 games, the Raptors have done a pretty good job by starting off the game well. So that's a key for tonight. And then the last key is you got to double team Curry if need be. You got to get that ball out of his hands because he's that good, especially coming off of screens on the catch. Steph Curry really makes people around him better just by running. So you really got to pay attention to him and, try and get the ball out of his hands and limit his effectiveness in terms of getting other people involved. And you heard Coach Darko talk about that, making the right play. That can be as simple as just coming off the screen, and that's how good Steph Curry is. So the Raptors really got to key in on him.
Countdown to tip-off is next. This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050.
Ready for fun?
Crave is the only streaming service you can watch Barbie now.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Don't miss Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling.
There is no just Ken.
In the global phenomenon critics call the best film of 2023.
Barbie in the real world.
No one rests until this doll is back in a box.
Barbie. Stream now on Crave.
Get that Barbie!
Plans starting at $9.99 a month. Subscribe now at crave.ca.
When you're working out at Planet Fitness, it's a judgment-free zone, so you can really step up your workout. That's why we've got treadmills. And our team members are here to help, so you can be carefree with the free weights. There are also balance balls, bikes, cables, kettlebells, and TRX equipment. But, no pressure.
Get in the judgment-free zone. Get started at Planet Fitness for 24 cents down and then $15 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 12th. $49 annual fee applies. See Home Club for details.
At Trillium Health Partners, we're ready to see you, not just as a patient, but as a person who needs innovative care with a human touch, a person with a life, with hopes, and with fears. At Trillium Health Partners, we'll see the whole you, our nurses, our doctors, and our staff. Because when we care for the whole person, our whole community gets stronger. Trillium Health Partners, we see you. Learn more at weseeyou.ca.
The job market isn't changing. It's already changed. New technologies are creating new jobs and eliminating others. How can you prepare for this new world of work? With the York University School of Continuing Studies program. Our programs are developed with industry experts and enable you to upskill and reskill quickly. You'll also gain access to our career services to help pursue your ambitions. Get hired in fields like accounting, big data, cybersecurity, digital marketing, customer success management, and cloud ops. Learn more at continue.yorku.ca.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And continuing on the road, this is Game 3 of a 6-game trip. They're visiting the Golden State Warriors, who are entrenched in a homestand. This is Game 6 of a 7-game homestand, and yet Golden State has not done well. 2-3 on this homestand so far. In fact, if you go back to the road game before the trip, they're 2-4 in their last 6 games. What does it all mean? Don't know. Let's go over to Paul Jones and Javon Shepard. Well, I've said this many times, but it's true. Opportunity knocks.
It sure does, Jim. Raptors have played well with their new people in the lineup, but this is a stern test, Javon. You look at the last game against Sacramento, the Raptors fall down 20, and they're right there. And maybe a lack of familiarity, a lack of cohesion, the chemistry not quite there going down the stretch against Sacramento with basically a new team, but a couple of different decisions, and maybe they come out with a win there. Hopefully they can do that tonight.
Yeah, and Josh touched on it earlier as well. Look back at that game. They played hard. They fought back. And I didn't necessarily like the looks that quickly got down the stretch of the game. But here's the positive in it all, right? You're talking about a team that over the last 4 games has averaged 124 points on 41% shooting from 3, right? So clearly with the change, there's been an adjustment from that 3-point line, a change from that 3-point line, which has opened up things offensively. Now we're talking about tightening the screws on the defensive end. And this Golden State team, I think, it's a team that's fragile, vulnerable right now, and a perfect team to come in and continue to build your confidence with, come out with a big victory. And to get this done tonight, it's not going to just be, stopping the on-ball actions with Steph Curry. This team is number one in screen assisted field goals and points in the league. So a lot of your work has to be done early and before, that basketball is in the hands of the primary handler.
There's a dude on their team that does not get a lot of praise that is so important. Everybody talks about Draymond Green, but Kevon Looney is a huge, absolute huge part of their team with, as you pointed out, Javon, the screen setting. They're one of the best rebounding teams. I think Warren talked about the rebounding. I'm looking down at
offensive boards.
Yeah,
right.
Like
so
they
they fire up threes. Not only are they setting good screens, but they're also crashing the offensive glass and giving themselves second chance opportunities.
Third in rebounding overall. So, the Raptors have their work cut out for them. The Toronto Raptors introduced to the crowd R.J. Barrett, Pascal Siakam, Jakob Poeltl, Scotty Barnes, and Emmanuel Quickley. And we'll tell you that the Raptors starting lineups brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealer. Hurry to your local Subaru dealer and get more out of every kilometer this fall, including more karaoke. We have a slight delay here before tip-off, and only Danny Green could probably relate. Otto Porter getting his championship ring, 2 years removed now?
Yeah.
From when the Warriors won it. I think it took Danny Green almost 3 seasons because of COVID to get his from Toronto. But Otto going to get his championship ring. Right now, the starters for Golden State being introduced. And let's get down to Chase Center and listen to the starters for Golden State. All right, there are the Warriors. You heard them brought out by their PA announcer. And Otto Porter Jr. was a big part of that Golden State Warrior team, the one that beat Boston in the finals, knocking down threes. And, Otto was, people forget, Otto Porter Jr. was a very high draft pick when he came out for the Washington Wizards. Otto drafted number 3 overall back in 2013. You think about it, Otto's had a lot of years in the league. He's in his 11th year. Heck, Andrew Wiggins is 10 years in, and it just seemed like it was yesterday. And here's Steph Curry presenting the ring to Otto Porter. Otto Porter standing at center court, holding the bling as the Warriors present him with his championship ring, and he gets hugs all around from the folks in Toronto. He walks over to Raptors director or head of media relations, Jennifer Quinn, and hands JQ the box, and
it's a whole lot of bling.
There's a whole lot of bling, man. I got to tell you, there's a lot of crust, a lot of ice on that ring. It came just 2 years removed from the Raptors. It's always interesting to see what teams do when they win and how they design their ring. The Raptors ring designed by a company in Southwest Ontario. And it's interesting, the next year, Milwaukee's ring was a ring that could be detached and turned into a pendant so you could wear it as a necklace, which is, I like that idea, considering, you think about how big the rings are. Nobody's walking around wearing one of those things. It's like a hood ornament.
Let's see, you need versatile players, and you need versatile jewelry, right? So switch it up a bit. Ring, necklace, to pendant.
So the Raptors and the Warriors will tip it off from Chase Center in San Francisco, site of next year's All-Star Game 2025. 2024, it'll be in Indianapolis, and fans are urged to get out and vote for that, which is the popularity contest.
You don't know yet, Jonesy, but you and I are going to be out there next year, 2025. And
hey, listen, I'm already soliciting for a place to stay. I know my good friend Sacramento Kings head coach Mike Brown has his condo right close to the arena in San Francisco, overlooking the water, close to, I don't know what the ballpark is called now. It used to be AT&T Stadium where the Giants play. I'm already working Mike for a room, and I'll flip you for it. One of us could sleep on the floor. RJ Barrett says, don't sleep on this. Triple in the bottom of the well for Toronto to start it off, and the Raptors go up 3-0, and then Golden State turns it over on the inbound.
Well, this is not the start that Golden State wanted, but a good job by Toronto, patient on offense. That wide pin down on the right side of the floor, and RJ, just stopping the defense is below the screen. Well, he's just stopping and popping.
Raptors up 3-0 in the white. With the red trim, they move right to left, quickly in the lane. Kicks it out to Pirtle. Far side on Jackson Davis. Pirtle floats it up and in. Takes the youngster to school.
And I love that take because he catches it. He knows he has a size advantage. And you could just see that strong crab dribble, power dribble right into the chest of the defense.
Trace Jackson Davis's old man isn't going to like that. He is the son of NBA tough guy Dale Davis. Raptors get a turnover at the other end. They take it from Wiggins and hustle back 3-on-3. Broken floor. Barrett drives, lays it in. It's a quick 5 for RJ, and the Raptors go up by a touchdown, 7-0. Back comes Kuminga in the lane, floats it up and in on a drive over Pirtle. 7-2 Toronto. Catch your breath, folks, because this one could go up and down quickly tonight. Barnes in the lane. Walks Klay Thompson down, can't get it. And the rebound is knocked away, and it'll go to Golden State.
Yeah, on that possession before, RJ gets the bucket in transition off of the turnover. Wiggins loses it, but he pushes that basketball. And I'm telling you, the creation was Pascal on that right wing, just that running like, it was a track meet getting out ahead of the play.
Golden State misses, back comes Toronto. Pirtle gets it to Barrett, far side. Right wing, left hand to the middle, finds Siakam. Now to Barnes, near corner against Curry. Look out. Barnes walking Curry down. Kick it out to Siakam. Straight away, 3, no good. Rebound Jackson Davis. Outlet Curry. In the black uniforms with the gold trim, Golden State comes front court, left to right. Wiggins kicks it out top. They swing it to Thompson, far side, guarded by Barrett. Step back, RJ not buying. They kick it out. Kuminga 3, far side, no good. Rebound quickly. Here comes Toronto. Quick hit ahead to Siakam. And the Raptors dunk it down, take a 9-2 lead with 9:48 to go first quarter. And Steve Kerr wants to talk.
Yeah, great energy from the Raptors to start out, and good defense by Pascal. Kuminga really doesn't want to shoot the basketball, so he's playing into the lap of the defense, really not contesting or playing him at the three-point line. And off of that rebound, he's the first one down the court, head man the basketball, and that's an easy 2.
Let's take a break. 9-2 Toronto. 9:48 first quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Hi, it's Billy Joel here.
Because you had to be a big shot.
All my music on my very own channel, the Billy Joel Channel.
Now for a limited time on Channel 79 and on the Sirius XM app. Included in all trials and popular plans.
Carrie Underwood brings you a brand new way to work out. Just in time for your New Year's resolution. It's not just cardio, it's cardio.
A playlist that gets you ready to work out, gets you in the zone. I like stuff that I can either dance to or that I can get mad with.
High energy tracks you can sweat to. Plus, fitness tips from Carrie and her trainer. Cardio by Carrie's Country. Now in the Sirius XM app. Free with all trials and popular plans.
Sirius XM NBA Radio is your home all year long for 24/7 coverage of the National Basketball Association.
LeBron dribbling, drives to the paint, puts it up, in, and a foul. Are you kidding me?
We're bringing you exclusive access to the biggest basketball stars in the world.
Joined now by the two-time MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
To win a championship moving forward, it never becomes easier. It always becomes harder.
Enjoy interactive live NBA commentary all day long.
No matter how much talent you have, if you don't play as a team, you can't win.
Let those guys in the front office run the team, dude.
And of course, all the nightly, rim-rocking, heart-pounding, buzzer-beating play-by-play action your ears can handle.
Handoff, Curry takes another three. It's up and good!
Basketball is our life. On NBA Radio, Channel 86. And listen whenever you want with the Sirius XM app.
And the Raptors have jumped out to a quick start. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard here. You heard from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg in the pregame. Our producer, Owen Hall, and our technical producer, Cameron Moore. Javon, got to like the start for Toronto.
Yeah, right. The patience in the half-court offense. RJ gets an early three to start. Some aggressive takes, Pirtle. And you forced two turnovers already, which have led to 4 points for the Raptors. So great start. Great attention to detail. And third turnover right here.
Yeah, Golden State coming out of the timeout. That's not how Steve Kerr drew it up. Turns it over. Barrett in the lane. Floats it up. No good, but tipped up and in by Pirtle. 11-2 Raptors. 9:25 to go. First quarter. Curry back. Up top. Picked up by Barnes. Gets it to Wiggins. Drive. Kick it to Kuminga. Pascal backs off. Kuminga eats up the space. Kicks it to Wiggins, far corner, left side. Drive into the lane. Stop jumper is good by Andrew Wiggins. 11-4 Toronto.
I thought Andrew could have shot that three in the corner. It was a little hesitant with Scotty closing out, but takes it, attacks the middle to his right, and just stays patient with his shot fake and gets into his mid-range jumper.
Barnes straight away. Gets it to Quickly. 3-ball, far side, good. Quickly drills it down the bottom of the well. Raptors 2 of 3 from distance. They lead 14-4.
You set good screens, you're going to get yourself open quickly on the UCLA, the flex action, and gets open on for 3.
Jackson Davis in the lane from Curry, lays it in. 14-6 Toronto. They come right to left in the white. 8:25. Curry on the box against Barrett. RJ backs him in, leans in, floats it up and in. That's the second or third time, Javon, they've picked out Curry and gone at him in the post.
Well, they're the bigger team right now, and that's a matchup that you can exploit. You have 3 guys on the floor that are 6'7" or above, 4 guys, So if you get him on you, get right to the blocks.
Back comes Klay Thompson with a jumper, 16-8, Toronto by 8. 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Pirtle in the lane, the floater no good. Rebound, Golden State. Kuminga up the left side, far wing. Gets it to Jackson Davis. Dribble handoff to Klay Thompson. Tries to find Kuminga. Raptors have hands. Knock it away. They're going to find Barrett for an easy run out. Lays it in. Raptors up 18-8 and doing a nice job turning Golden State over.
Well, they know Golden State. They want to get handoffs. They're going to use screens. But what they're doing is they're really sagging off of Kuminga and getting deflections off of his man.
Deep 3, no good. Far side by Wiggins. Here comes Toronto. 7:20, first quarter, 18-8 Toronto. Siakam in the lane, floats it up and in, 20-8. Raptors have jumped out to a great start, shooting 9 of 13, 69%. Kuminga, front court to Klay Thompson, back to Kuminga, in the lane, lays it up and in. Pirtle there, but not much resistance. Golden State cuts the lead. Raptors in the lane. Get it to Barnes right at the front of the restricted area. Curry on his back. It's like he wasn't there. Scotty lays it in. 22-10 Toronto. 6:45 first quarter. Thompson, left hand to the middle from the near wing right side. The floater up and got the friendly roll. 22-12 Toronto. The pace quick. Barnes in the lane on Curry, lays it up and in again. And Steve Kerr is going to have to do something. It's not like you can take Steph Curry out of the game. If you got a zone, Javon, you better start looking for it.
You can't take him out of the game. You know, Golden State looks a little confused on the offensive end, but every time Scotty Barnes gets the ball on the offensive side, he's attacking Curry. You know, a big part of that as well is as good as Curry is on the offensive end, he also has to give a little bit more effort on the defensive side and not allow Scotty to get that deep low post positioning on him.
24-12 Toronto, 6:31 first quarter. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their classic meatball sandwich on 6-inch toasted garlic bread smothered in classic tomato sauce and mozzarella from just $9.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate, as in while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today, and welcome to uncommon winter confidence.
Let's get jerseys. Let's get jerseys.
Right now, become a Tangerine client with a savings account, and you could get a free Raptors jersey.
We want jerseys.
Finally, a savings account worth cheering for.
Jerseys. Jerseys.
Find out how to score a jersey at tangerine.ca/Raptors. Tangerine. That's forward banking. Available to new clients who open and fund an eligible account while supplies last. Conditions apply.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
6:31 first quarter, 24-12. Toronto leading Golden State. The Raptors scorching right now. 11 of 15 from the floor. 73.3%. Golden State not bad at 6 of 9. Problem is the Raptors have had 6 more shots thanks to the 4 turnovers from Golden State, giving Toronto 8 points.
Yeah, and Toronto doing a good job of getting out and running the basketball as well. 10 fast break points, 18 points in the paint. And you mentioned that the Raptors are scorching, but I don't see much resistance from Golden State right now. And if you're Toronto, you got to continue to milk it, right? If Steph is going to, and to his credit as well, he needs to be on the floor, right? The confidence from Clay is in there. The confidence from Wiggins is in there. And Chris Paul obviously out, another floor general. Well, continue to push it down Golden State's throat and get those mismatches in the post and mid-post.
Golden State ball, front court. They come left to right in the black. Curry drives, puts it up, no good, but Looney there for the offensive glass, lays it in. 24-14 Raptor lead, cut to 10.
Right, and when Curry turns the corner like that and gets himself to the rim, somebody's got to crack back, the guard usually, on the big. Looney there crashing the offensive boards.
Siakam inside on Podziemski, lays it up and in. Raptors run little horns action and a kind of a high flex cut off it with the rip screen, Javon, and get it inside.
Well, you get that post again. If it's not Curry, it's Podziemski, the 2 guys that you got to attack. And it sounds like a broken record, but they don't have the size to contest with the Raptors right now. Podziemski stands at 6'4", and Curry at 6'3".
26-14, Raptors by 12. 5:52, we're only halfway through the first quarter. It's been a terrific start by the Raptors, executing the game plan well. Podziemski near side, kicks it cross court, far side. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound, Golden State runs it down. Front court, Moses Moody into the ball game on the bounce against Siakam. Kicks it to Pajemski. Up top. Deep three. No good. Rebound, Pirtle. Raptors hustle at front court. Schroeder on the floor with Gary Trent Jr., Pirtle, Quickly, and Siakam. Schroeder to Pirtle in the lane. Gets it to Quickly. Near side, the jumper good from about 18 feet. Raptors padding the lead, 28-14. They've doubled Golden State.
Schroeder so smart. The ball goes into the post. He's cutting on the top side of Pirtle. Just sets that screen for Quickly coming to the baseline left side.
28-17 now as Klay Thompson comes back with a triple. 4:55 first quarter. Raptors by 11. They've had the lead to as many as 14. Quickly, straight away, kicks to the corner. Open three for Siakam. Splash in the bottom of the well. Great job. Hard roll by Pirtle. Sucked the defense in. Javon, that's classic offense.
Yeah, this team they're shooting 77.8%. They're getting everything and anything that they want right now.
Curry three, no good. Looney with the offensive rebound. Here comes Moody. Pajemski drives in the lane. The running hook, no good. Looney, though, with another offensive rebound, lays it up and in.
And Looney, in, active, engaged. And as soon as he checked in, right, he's not going to be somebody you're running offense for, but you can see 2 offensive rebounds for putbacks, and that's where he's going to get his bread and butter. That's his bread and butter right there.
Pirtle down to the baseline. Zach Zarba got him on a travel. The walk by Jakob turns it over. 31-19 Toronto. They lead with 4:08 to go. First quarter. We told you that Zach Zarba was one of the officials. Sean Corbin, the veteran. And my guy, the golf pro, Matt Boland, former golf pro. Although some coaches would say he's reffing the game like a golf pro. But Matt Boland, the other official. Raptors make the steal. Trent takes it away, takes it all the way down and lays it in. 33-19 Toronto. Oh, Golden State's bakery is killing them right now, Javon.
Yeah, this is 5 turnovers. Golden State just looks completely discombobulated right now in this opening quarter.
Moody to Thompson, deep three up top, no good. Rebound Siakam. Pascal runs it front court to Quickly, deep three, no good. Rebound Pajemski. He comes up the middle of the court. On the run against Schroeder, floats it up and in. Brandon Pajemski took that thing coast to coast. 33-21 Toronto. 3:15 first quarter. And Raptors will take a timeout. We will keep it here with the Raptors leading by 12. I mean, I guess you have to take a mandatory. So the Raptors taking it now, but they're rolling right now, shooting 75% at 15 of 20, Javon.
There's not much you can say to them right now with the way they're playing. You can talk about 75% on the floor, getting every and anything that they want. 10 assists on the 15 made baskets, 4 steals. And again, not only are they forcing turnovers, forcing Golden State into turnovers, but they're also converting. That's the big thing, right? Sometimes those can be empty calories when you're forcing turnovers and you're not getting points, not putting points on the board on the other end. But they've converted on every one of those possessions, whether it's a dead ball or a live ball turnover. But right now, the Raptors and everybody that's coming in is playing with some passion, playing with some effort. Even on the last play there where Pajemski gets the layup in transition, went the full length of the court. But Pirtle was still trailing, right? Gary Trent Jr. was there. Pirtle was trailing, contested a shot from behind. So right now, you really give these guys credit for the way that they've started this game.
Lots of credit due.
The key also is sustaining, right?
Yeah.
And that's been something where we want to see improvements all year in terms of playing 48 minutes of basketball, right?
Well,
great start, and we can commend them for that. But this has got to roll over into the second quarter, into the third, into the fourth.
Jonte Porter into the ball game now. You're right. The bench has to keep this going. Raptors by 12, 33-21, 3:10 to go. First quarter. Porter, three up top. No good. Rebound, Karams into the near stands. And back comes Golden State trailing by 12 at the 3:04 mark, first quarter.
Still a good look by Jonte Porter. Golden State in that 2-3 zone shifted a bit, and him at the top of the key. He's coming off a game with 10 points, career high for him.
Golden State back the other way. Up top, they get it to Moody. To Sharich on the bounce, kicks it far side. Corey Joseph, 3, no good. The veteran Canadian can't knock it down, but Golden State gets the rebound. Podziemski, 3, no good. Rebound on the ground, knocked away. Schroeder on the ground. He looked like an old Western movie where he came flying through the saloon doors like somebody threw him out of the bar. He stands up, looks at Zach Zarba and says, that wasn't a foul? Golden State ball, far side, left wing. They move left to right in the black uniforms that say Warriors across the front. Corey Joseph to Sharich. Fakes, drives on Siakam, throws it up, no good. Rebound, Looney, up and in.
Yeah, and obviously Kevon Looney coming in and again getting on the offensive boards. If there's something for the Raptors to clean up from this first quarter, it's the 6 offensive rebounds that they've given up to Golden State.
Trent up top, gets it to Siakam. Raptors in the white, coming right to left. Pascal, far elbow. Podziemski picks him up. Pascal says, let's go into the paint. Kicks it out, they swing it. Trent, 3 up top, bang, bang in the bottom of the well. Inside out, Pascal 2 feet in the paint, Javon, and Trent gets a triple.
And good job reading the help as well. Gets to a spin. He knows the help is coming off a Shooter's man from the left side. Kicks it out, and Shooter with the extra pass to his shooter. He knows he's going to knock it down. Derrick Trent Jr.
36-23, Raptors by 13. Corey Joseph misses. Looney gets the rebound, has it blocked by Porter, but Podziemski runs it down. Sharich, 3 up top, no good. Finally, Trent with the rebound for Toronto. Here comes Schroeder, front court. Finds Siakam. Back to Schroeder. On the bounce, works with the Siakam screen into the lane. Says, I got Looney. Everybody back up. I'm going to go to work. Step back 3 from Schroeder. No good. Long rebound. Right to Siakam. Drives on Sharich. Into the lane. Loses the ball. Here comes Moody. Front court. 55 seconds first quarter. Toronto up 36-23. Joseph up top on the dribble. Trying to get it to Sharich. Raptors deny. Instead, Moody pulls a 3 and knocks it down.
That's pretty deep. Pretty deep for Moody. Gets that kick out and just tees it up from about 29 feet out.
36-26. Raptors by 10. Biggest lead was 14. Trent to Siakam on the elbow against Podziemski. Pascal jabs, settles for the jumper, and it's no good. Rebound to Golden State. They're closing the quarter and cutting the gap, Javon. 15 seconds first quarter. Corey Joseph on the bounce. Works near side. Gets a switch on Barnes. Now back to the far side. Moody drives into the lane. Floats it up. No good, but he's fouled. And there'll be a couple free throws coming for Moses Moody. The bench has done a nice job for Golden State. They've got 11 of their 26 and have kind of put them back into this ball game.
Yeah, and you beat me to it, and I'm looking at the changes in the lineup. You have Podziemski, Moody, Looney, Joseph, and Saric out there. And the starters, they've got to see how this unit's playing right now, right? They're just playing like their backs are against the wall. They're playing with a bit more urgency. And I can imagine Steve Kerr just a bit disappointed with that starting group and how they came out with this game, especially with all the chatter that's been coming out of that, the locker room and guys wanting more minutes and, this and that. Well, you also gotta earn those minutes, right? Like, especially from a starting group, it's easy to lose minutes when you're not playing with. Shots are one thing, knocking down shots are one thing, but effort has got to be there.
Free throw's good. Here comes Toronto quickly, and Golden State takes the foul that they had to give. First in the last 2 minutes, so at 3.3 to go, and Raptors up 36-28. They'll inbound far side, right wing. Trent gets it to Siakam, back to Trent. Leans in for the 3, no good, and that's the way the quarter ends. A good quarter for Toronto.
Yeah,
although they only made, Javon, 1 of their last 6 shots, they're still shooting 64% and leading 36-28.
You couldn't ask for more from this quarter. Going into the second quarter now, it is coming out with that same effort and not getting comfortable and taking your foot off of the gas.
Second quarter when we come back. Raptors 36, Golden State 28. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Hi, I'm Randy Hanatko, founder of Train West Management and Consulting. Few careers offer what a sales career can. No barriers to entry, always in demand, and the opportunity for unlimited income. So why do we meet so many annoying and unprofessional salespeople? Because they never had professional training to learn modern selling the right way. For 18 years, we've been training professional salespeople to reach their full potential. If you're deadly serious about becoming an elite salesperson, visit trainwest.ca today.
Ready to wake up in a new destination nearly every day with Norwegian Cruise Line? Book today with free second guests to Alaska, Europe, and beyond. Plus, everyone can enjoy their vacation with free unlimited open bar, free specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
The rest of my life gonna start today.
He was a trailblazer who paved the way for a generation of Swedish hockey players.
I'm going to put the work in, and I'm going to get the job done.
Crave presents Borja, the journey of a legend.
My name is Terry McNamara. I'm a scout for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
A drama series following the rise of Borja Salming from obscurity to NHL stardom. Borja, the journey of a legend. Stream now on Crave. Plan starting at $9.99 a month. Subscribe at crave.ca.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
36-28, Toronto leading Golden State after a quarter. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard. Second quarter about to start. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Well, Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewinberg will be up at halftime. Our producer Owen Hall and technical producer Cameron Moore. Golden State has the ball to start the quarter, and they come front court left to right. Podziemski, Trace Jackson Davis, Saric out there with Corey Joseph and Moses Moody. The bench has played well. Raptors have bench people in the game. Schroeder, Boucher, Trent Jr. out there with Barnes and Barrett. Raptor ball in the white coming right to left. Schroeder up top straight away. Gets it to Barnes. On Saric. Scotty shakes into the lane. Turnaround jumper. No good. Ooh, looked like the ball was on the rim. Knocked away. Here comes Golden State. Front court. Podziemski to Saric. Tees up a three straight away and knocks it down. Way too much room there, Javon.
Yeah, he didn't realize how open he was. He even shot faked himself. Chris Boucher was still in the paint, closed out late. And Saric knocking it down.
Quick timeout from Darko. Didn't like it.
Did not like it and wants to slow this thing down real early. I guess this is, the confusion or miscommunication on the defensive and timeout.
48 seconds into the second quarter. We will take a break. 36-31. Raptors lead the Warriors. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Hear college sports talk from an ACC perspective on ACC Today.
EJ, you seem to be fairly optimistic about Mike Norvell and DJ Uiagalelei. Why?
Well, I'm optimistic, Roddy, because I've looked at the growth of Jordan Travis. I look at Mike Norvell, the play caller. I look at Tony Tokar as the quarterback coach. I look at all the pieces around the quarterback, and my hope is that the same could happen for DJU. I'm excited to see what Coach Norvell can do with him.
ACC Radio, Channel 371, and the SXM app.
This is former PGA Tour winner Smiley Kaufman, host of The Smiley Show, a Sirius XM podcast.
Smiley Kaufman for 61.
I've got boots on the ground at every major tournament, which means each week I'm bringing you insights straight from the course and conversations with my friends on the PGA Tour. Because what's better than golfing with your buddies? Listen to The Smiley Show right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's SMYLIE.
Don't miss the all-new Rise and Shine, a SiriusXM podcast.
This is Adam Shine. Every Wednesday morning, we're going to make you remember why you love sports. The crack of the bat, the smell of the grass, the thrill of a buzzer beater, the heroes, the underdogs, the moments you remember forever. Join me, Bob Stu, and the most interesting guests in sports for the all-new Rise and Shine.
Download Rise and Shine right now on the SXM app. Available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's SCHEIN.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
TSN 1050, everywhere you want it.
Well, a quick timeout by Darko Rajakovic obviously did not like what he witnessed on that last defensive sequence where Šarić knocked in a 26-foot three-point shot to cut the lead to 36-31.
Well, you have a 5-point lead right now, and you think that you had a 14-point lead at a point in this game, and your team was playing really well. So Darko really just wants to get this thing under control and get the guys playing with the same energy, same effort that they were. Let's not even say 3 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So Toronto will try and roll it back and crank it up. The offense was going great guns. 15 of their first 20. Raptors in the white, coming right to left. Trent, step back jumper, rattles it in, 18 feet near side, left wing. Raptors up 38-31. Raptors go zone now. Moody near side. Kicks it to Corey Joseph. Far side left wing to Podziemski, down the baseline. Into the lane, gets it to Trayce Jackson-Davis, floats it up, no good. Rebound, R.J. Barrett, and he's out on the run. Straight up the middle of the court, drives, floats it up and in. A one-man show. R.J. putting down the carpet, going wall-to-wall. 40-31 Toronto.
He puts so much pressure on the defense when he's in transition, right? He kicks it into gear, and he talked about getting downhill. He's getting right to the rim.
Šarić in the lane, floats it up. Scotty puts it right back in his kitchen. Here comes Toronto. 40-31, Raptors leading. Barrett to Barnes, three ball near side, no good. Golden State back in the black. In the uniforms that say San Francisco on front. It looked like Warriors, but I got a closer look. And Trayce Jackson-Davis, a close look there as he lays it in. 40-33 Toronto. Barrett kicks it out. Barnes, three up top, short. Rebound. Boucher takes it away from Corey Joseph. Gets it to Schroeder. Trent, three up top, no good.
Last three shots for the Raptors have been from the perimeter, and that's where you just don't want to get comfortable or complacent and just put up jump shots or perimeter shots. Continue to put some pressure at the rim.
Šarić misses a three for Golden State. Back come the Raptors. Schroeder to Barnes. Scotty drives, has it knocked away. Schroeder tries to run it down, but it's knocked out of bounds. Even though Trayce Jackson-Davis was diving for it, it'll go to Toronto. Klay Thompson will check back in. Raptors leading at 40-33, 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go, first half. Barrett, three, far side, got it down the bottom of the well for R.J. Barrett. R.J. with 14 to lead all scorers in the ball game. First guy to double figures. Raptors up 10, 43-33.
Well, he looks really good because he's just letting the game come to him. Playing in transition, the ball's moving against that zone, and he's wide open, right? Good looks, rhythm looks, comfortable.
Podziemski misses the three. Jackson-Davis runs down the rebound. Podziemski now into the lane, kicks it out. Corey Joseph kicks it to Podziemski. His three, no good. Rebound Barrett. Outlet Boucher up the right side, far wing. Chris drive, kick it out to Trent. They swing it. Barrett, who's hot, three again, bang in the bottom of the well. RJ says, what's the record in this place? Knocks down another triple. 17 for the young Mississauga man. And the Raptors go up 13 at 46-33.
Hey, you know what? The thing about RJ, when he's playing well, his points are loud. You feel
yes.
that, right? because he's physical. He's knocking you over. He's like a bull in a bowling alley getting to the rim. But these last two shots, I really like them because the ball got inside, the ball got outside. You move it, swing it around, and he's already shot ready, rhythm look, getting up into it.
Timeout, Golden State, 8:21 first half. 46-33, Toronto by 13. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult or time-consuming? Then it's time to try Babbel. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. So with just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking in a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel, language for life. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their oven-baked meatballs, baked in their classic tomato sauce topped with Italian herbs for just $10.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
Hi, Anthony Longo here. At Longo's, we're always looking to help you save. So we're proud to announce the Longo's semi-annual Buy One, Get One Free event is back until January 17th. When you buy specially selected items, the second one is on us. Now you can feed the whole family for half the price, or one really hungry teenager. So switch to Longo's, because nothing says your family more than giving you a little extra. Check out our flyer in-store or at longos.com. For quality that meets your family standards, trust ours. Longo's.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
So after Golden State had cut it to 36-31, and that quick timeout by Darko Rajakovic, 40 seconds into the second quarter, the Raptors have gone on a 10-2 run and lead this thing by 13, 46-33. And R.J. Barrett's come to play right now, Javon.
He's come to play, but also Dennis Schroeder's done a good job of just making plays for the team, right? Only has 3 assists, a couple hockey assists as well, but he just looks so comfortable. And, him going back to this bench role, I think it's been a great thing for him. And he's also mature enough in his career to, not overthink it. And just play, just hoop, right? Get better players to basketball.
Klay Thompson back, knocks in a elbow jumper far side. Left wing for Golden State. Raptors up 46-35. Trent drives left hand into the lane. The running hook shot is good. Gary Trent Jr. 48-35 Toronto.
Well, that's great because RJ's hot. You get into basketball, get into his left hand, the ball screen action. He has more eyes on him. Good job kicking it out. And Gary Trent Jr. penetrating.
Klay Thompson on the backdoor cut. Got away with a push-off on Barrett. Lays it in. 48-37 Toronto.
A quiet 11 points for Klay Thompson. 5 for 6. Good backdoor cut.
Barrett down the lane, lays it up, no good. But Pirtle there to clean up the loose change. Put it back in the machine, and the bonus light goes on for Pirtle. He's fouled. He'll get one more.
And this is why I mentioned it a number of times, whether we're on air or in the interview. This is where, Pirtle's really going to flourish and play a lot better with this unit right now, because that take right there is created by RJ getting downhill. Defender comes over to help or contest the shot, and Pirtle's right there to clean it up. When you have 4 players on the floor that aren't afraid to put the ball and attack the 10, attack the cup, you just have to be in position whether to catch it off of a bounce pass, a lob, or get yourself an offensive rebounding position like you did there.
Pirtle knocks down the free throw. The same player shoots again. Light went off like pinball back in the day. And now Klay Thompson turns it over. Here come the Raptors. Largest lead of the game at 14. They're looking for more in the white, right to left. Schroeder to Barrett, into the corner. Boucher, 3, bang, bang, clean for Boucher. In the bottom of the well. That feels good against the team he used to play for. 54-37 Toronto. Curry in the lane is fouled. Got his feet tangled up with Schroeder, and he went to the ground. Foul on Toronto. It'll go on Schroeder, and it'll be Golden State ball.
Well, one thing's for certain, Jonesy, and Golden State is staying true to brand right now. The 24th in the league in turnovers. They have 6 already here today. We've played a quarter and a half.
Jackson Davis up top. Raptors back off him. On the bounce. Gets it to Šarić. 3 straight away. Good. Dario Šarić knocks it down. 54-40. Raptors by 14. Pirtle up top. On the lob to Boucher. Can't handle it. Gets it back and then lays it up and in. Raptors go up 16, 56-40. Great look by Pirtle. And Boucher calm to catch it and put it back in. Curry misses the 3. Curry's been very quiet tonight. No points. 0-4. Raptors front court. Barrett on Curry. Backs down. Gets into the lane and Curry fouls him. The Raptors, you know, on the scouting report, for some teams when there's a weak defender, they call him a pigeon, which means that's who you're going to shoot at. You shoot at the pigeon. And right now, the Raptors are treating Curry like the pigeon. 56-40. Raptors by 16. Barrett on the line. First free throw in and out. Oh, boy. That one hit the front rim, went halfway down, and then kicked back out. Trent sits down after 9 points in a productive 12 minutes, 4 of 6 from the floor with a steal. Barrett's second free throw good, the lead. Back up to 17 for Toronto. That's as big as it's been all night. Front court, Curry to Jackson Davis, back to Curry to Jackson Davis in the lane, lays it up and in. 57-42 Toronto. We go under 6 minutes first half. Quickly on the drive into the lane. Stop, kick it out. Schroeder, 3 up top, bang. Raptors knocking down triples. 8 of 16 from distance. They lead 60-42. Biggest lead of the game at 18.
Good action in transition there. You get the Pistols action with Schroeder calls out and quickly coming off the ball screen. Kuminga has to help on Pirtle and a kick out right for the 3.
Wiggins misses the jumper near side. Quickly back. His 3 no good. Rebound to Wiggins. 5:20 first half. Raptors up 18, 60-42. Wiggins, jumper near side, no good. Rebound Pirtle. Outlet Siakam to Schroeder. Up the right side, far wing. Raptors in the white. Siakam to Pirtle. In the lane, shot fake. Kick it back out to Siakam. He drives. Out to Barrett. 3 in the air, short. Rebound Wiggins. Front court comes Kuminga. Backs in on Schroeder. Pirtle sitting in his lap. Turnaround jumper good by Kuminga. (60-44). Raptors lead it by 16. It's been one of those halves, Javon, and you know it when you played. Sometimes you don't want halftime.
No.
Let's just switch ends and run it back.
Let's just hoop. Keep running the clock.
Front court, Schroeder. On the bounce, gets it to Siakam. Off center, left side, near wing. Right hand to the middle. To Schroeder above the arc. Shot fake, drive, gets to the hoop, floats it up. Goaltend on Trace Jackson Davis. Schroeder got the ball to the glass, and the goaltending call will give the Raptors an 18-point, 62-44 lead.
Yeah, Schroeder has really mastered that. He just barely gets by Wiggins and splits Klay Thompson in that right corner, but does a really good job of stretching away from the defense and just putting the ball off the glass, knowing that they're going to try and block it. You come up with a goaltend, 2 points for you.
Jackson Davis to Kuminga in the lane to Curry. Shot fake, floats it up, no good, but the foul on Pirtle. Pirtle stood his ground for the longest time, but Curry looking like a spinning top in there, using that non-pivot foot to push himself and move himself. Not traveling, and he got fouled.
So the scary part about Steph Curry, and you just mentioned it, you hit the nail on the head. It's been a quiet, first half for him. He's getting his first points here at the free throw line, 0 for 4 from the floor, 4 assists, but he's 8th in the league in scoring, right? And you're talking about a 2-time MVP, 9-time All-Star. He can get hot quick. And you still have to be concerned with him. You know, he's averaging just under 28 points per game. If you're the Raptors, not allowing him to get anything easy going into the second half, be physical with him, doing your work early and not allowing him to get many comfortable touches.
Well, Curry's a guy that has had real good success against Toronto. Raptors back, shot missed, foul called. Steve Kerr says, oh no, does not like it. Pirtle going to go to the line. The Raptors leading 62-46, and hate to say it, but they are in solid control right now, Javon.
Yeah, they're in cruise. They're in cruise control right now. And it doesn't hurt that when you're watching Golden State play right now, they don't seem to have, much control or much idea of what they're trying. I can't tell you what the game plan is right now, especially with Curry, not involved as much in the offense and not clicking, not knocking down shots. It's hard to really tell what they're trying to accomplish right now.
Well, the Raptors are accomplishing their goal right now as they lead Golden State 62-46. Pirtle misses the first free throw. Second one is in the air, also no good, so turns into an empty trip for Toronto. Here comes Curry. Drives into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Pirtle. Barnes to Siakam. Into the near corner, quickly drives. Gets to the hoop, floats it up and in. Wow. Nifty floater. Nifty floater by Quickly. Raptors by 18 again, 64-46.
Crafty job there with the floater, but a good job as well by Scotty avoiding the foul. Klay Thompson knocking one down.
Man, Klay Thompson deep. That's catch and shoot, but rifling it down. 64-49 Toronto. Siakam back. Gets into the lane against Kuminga. Fall away off glass. No good. No foul call. Here comes Podziemski. Off to Kuminga. Drives. Oh, and they got a touch foul on Barnes as Scotty didn't like the call.
And I was just giving him credit, Jonesy, because he did a tremendous job. Curry got himself into paint and tried to bait him into a foul while he got up into his floater. That was the defensive possession before Quickly got that, left side, the left baseline floater himself. But he comes down now and just tries to get his hand in the cookie jar and picks up a careless one.
So Curry will inbound near side, right wing for Golden State. 2:55 to go first half. Raptors leading 64-49. Curry in the lane to Looney, throws it up, blocked from behind by Barnes. Here comes Toronto. Siakam on the lob. R.J. Barrett throws it down. Great fast break basketball by Toronto. And R.J. on the business end makes it 66-49. He's got 20 in the first half.
Well, you love that transition there. Starts with a Scotty block. The ball doesn't touch the floor. Pascal throwing it up above the rim. And R.J. throwing it down.
Podziemski misses the three. Back comes Toronto. Down to Barnes in the post on Curry. Kicks it to Barrett. Into the corner. Quickly. Shot fake. Near side. Left wing. Against Kuminga. Quickly jabs into the lane. Lobs it up. Scotty jams it down. The Raptors lead it 68-49. Biggest lead of the game at 19. 2 minutes first half. Thompson three, no good. Rebound run down by Emmanuel Quickly. Raptors get it to Siakam. Drive, kick it out. Quickly three straight away. No good. Barnes with the rebound. Kicks it to Barrett. Why not? He's hot. Drop it in the well. R.J. Barrett, 23, and I'm not kidding. The guy says, what's the record in this place?
Listen, that man might go for 30 in the first half.
Curry in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Pirtle. Raptors on the run again. Siakam to Barnes. Scotty misses the dunk. Quickly saves it. It goes to Siakam. Into the corner. This guy's hot. RJ says, I'll take three more of these in the bottom of the well.
He's as hot as fish grease.
74-49. Kuminga, three near side, no good. Rebound Siakam. A minute to go. The Raptors says, let's keep the meter running. Down low, Barnes floated up, no good. They're going to get Curry on the foul. And I'm going to go from my bad memory. I'm sure somebody will look it up. In the second year of the Raptors franchise, there was a game in New Jersey at the Meadowlands against the Nets. And I believe the Raptors put up either 74 or 77 in the half. We're going to get a confirmation from Raptors PR, but they are working it like a part-time job right now. Siakam turnaround, no good in the lane. 42 seconds. First half, Curry, 3, no good. Rebound, Siakam. Somebody just texted me and said, didn't you talk about a 27-point comeback? I said, no, I don't want to talk about that right now. This team in the white jerseys is rolling quickly. Gets it to Pirtle. In the lane, lays it up and in. 76-49. It is, yes, folks, a 27-point Raptor lead with 10 seconds to go, first quarter.
And great action there. Two-man game with Pirtle to the single side, an acrobatic finish. Everybody's feeling good. Everybody's feeling nice.
So the Raptors lead it 76-49. Quickly tied a season high with 9 assists. We haven't hit halftime yet. Kuminga 3 up top, no good. And Golden State, like a fighter who's been rocked, wobbling to its stool at halftime. The Raptors lead it big. What a quarter for the Raptors. 40 points. And they lead Golden State 43 points. They lead Golden State 76-49 at halftime. Like I said, just switch ends and keep playing if you're Toronto.
Let's get right back out and continue this, right? 60% on the floor. But it's not that they were just scoring baskets and scoring the ball. Not just the offensive, and it's how they were doing it, right? 23 assists in this first half, doing a good job as well on the defensive side, holding Golden State to 39% shooting, 20% from three. And we're talking about a team that shoots the three ball at a high clip. For 7 turnovers. And guess what? The team just had some pop to them, right? They came out. You think about how this game started. RJ with the 3 off of the wide pin down, and then a careless turnover by Golden State. You hope that the Raptors come out, and we talked about it, 48 minutes of basketball, carrying over this energy and sustaining this brand of basketball, this type of play.
Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg up next. I know Warren's standing there with his hands in front of his chest, palms out, saying, let me get a shot too. Raptors leading it. Halftime and halftime show up next. Huge lead for Toronto, 76-49. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Kevin Hart, and guess what? I've got my own channel on Sirius XM, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio, channel 96. We play the best stand-up comedy from some of my favorite comedians, and I got my own show. It's called Straight From the Heart, and I host it with a bunch of unattractive friends of mine. They call the Plastic Cup Boys. Every Tuesday and Thursday, real, raw, authentic conversation, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Laugh Out Loud Radio right here on Sirius XM, channel 96. Don't miss it.
Welcome, everyone. This is Dave LaGreca here, letting you know that Busted Open is now live 7 days a week. So join myself as well as Hall of Fame wrestlers like Bully Ray, Mark Henry, Mickey James, and more for knowledgeable pro wrestling talk, entertaining debates, and interviews with the biggest names in the game every single day of the week on the SiriusXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or subscribe to YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Brandon Marshall, a.k.a. The Beast from I Am Athlete.
And this is Ashley Nicole Moss. Every weekday, hear us talking sports, culture, and more with Taper Out on the I Am Athlete podcast feed. There isn't anybody who has a chemistry quite like myself and Brandon Marshall.
That's what makes all of these shows great, is the personalities. Check us out every weekday on YouTube or download Paper Out as part of the I Am Athlete podcast feed on the SXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Soccer's biggest clubs play in the English Premier League, and you could hear them in action every week on Sirius XM FC.
A 5-star show from Manchester City.
From the traditional powers
Liverpool have been incredible tonight. Manchester United may just have won it.
to the new kids on the block.
Newcastle United, they have lived up.
All the top teams.
A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Every match.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur.
Only on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app.
To truly go inside the game of pro football, you need to see things from the player's perspective.
Let's go.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, catch the Player's Point.
Let's go. Let's bring energy.
Join NFL tight end Colin Thompson and Miami Dolphins fullback Alec Ingold as they break down the biggest stories in the NFL.
It's an encouraging way to look at football.
The Player's Point. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the Sirius XM app.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports. The biggest sporting events happen on SiriusXM Sports. Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports. Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports. The biggest sporting events happen on SiriusXM Sports. Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
Quickly saves it. It goes to Siakam into the corner. This guy's hot. RJ says, I'll take 3 more of these in the bottom of the well.
He's as hot as fish grease.
Oh, he's hot. 76-49 for the Raptors over the Golden State Warriors at the half. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg with you. Welcome to Raptors at the half. And so if I said to you one team was shooting 5 of 25 from the outside and the other 10 of 21, you'd give the Raptors a 5 of 25. You would be wrong. That's a no guy. The Raptors are red hot. R.J. Barrett has 26 points at the half. I mean, literally everything that the Raptors have done here is worth extensive applause and analysis, really, Warren.
That is the best version of the Toronto Raptors we have seen this season. And it's coming after a trade when the team is supposedly finding its rhythm and finding its groove. Well, I think they found it because I don't have anything to say of criticism other than the offensive rebounding in the first 6 minutes of the game. The second 6-minute part of the game. That could have been the only thing that could have been better because that's the only way Golden State was actually staying in the game. They'd have left less points if they didn't board. Golden State is just shooting the basketball. They can't get back in transition. They can't run. You see quickly just head-manning the basketball and letting things manifest. The ball is moving so well, and everyone's getting open shots. They're not forcing anything, and everything's going their way, and they're simply outworking Golden State, and they're getting things in the paint. I like the game plan. Attack Steph Curry in the paint, especially if he's guarding Scottie. You put yourself in a good position, and like I said, this is the best version of the Toronto Raptors, and if they're able, not even to play like this, they're just able to repeat the same habits, repeat the same sort of recipe for things. It probably won't look like this every game. RJ won't have 26 every half, but they will be in games, and they will definitely be able to beat a lot of teams. This is the way I think the Toronto Raptors will look, and good things will come from this.
Well, you know who the Toronto Raptors look like tonight? They look like the Golden State Warriors. And not these Golden State Warriors, the old Golden State Warriors. But really, I mean, like, the scoring, obviously 76 points in the first half. The shooting, 10 for 21 from beyond the arc. The ball movement, 23 assists. Just the pace of the game. Like, this is the way the Warriors have played and thrived for a long time. And the Raptors went into their building and at least through 24 minutes are beating them at their own game. I mean, Warren mentioned a bunch of things that really stood out in the first half, but to me, like, you've got the table setting, right? Like, there's no wasted time. The Raptors are getting the ball off of misses or even off of makes, and they're pushing the ball down the floor, getting guys open looks. I really like how, especially in the first quarter, like, the Raptors set the tone by getting in the paint, really exploiting the lack of shot blocking on the floor for Golden State, looking to attack mismatches. Poor Steph Curry, anytime the Raptors got him in a switch, in the post, whether it was Scotty Barnes or R.J. Barrett. They were going right after him and attacking. And through that, they sort of opened things up to the point now where, like, they're knocking down their threes at a high rate. R.J. Barrett, I mean, I'm sure we'll talk a lot about Barrett and his 26 points, but it's not so much the scoring that stood out to me. It's how he went about doing it. 5 3-pointers. That was said to be one of the weaknesses in RJ's game, but he's 5 for 6 from 3 tonight. He's actually shot the 3 ball pretty well since coming to the Raptors overall. And then I'll also point out, while we're talking about the assists and the ball movement, 3 assists for RJ Barrett. Another knock on his game has been decision-making during his career, but he's made almost exclusively the right read tonight, and so far in his young Raptors career, I've been really impressed with a lot of the little things that he's doing tonight in addition to the big things, and that's the 26 points.
Well, A+ on everything: ball movement, transition, defense, physical play, and shooting, of course. And so you'd like to be able to just map out this happening in the second half. Warren, what do they have to be careful about here?
Offensive rebounding. It's a weakness of the Toronto Raptors, and I think Golden State, if they get back into the game, it's going to be from that, and it's going to be from their shooting as well. But as of right now, I do not see that happening. The Raptors' biggest challenge is to stay mentally locked in and just hold no prisoners. I mean, you know, sometimes you do need to beat a team by 40, and they should continue to increase the lead, and in the fourth quarter, get some rest time. And then, you know, refocus for, you know, the next game. You don't want to have a close fourth quarter, especially since you did all the work early. Whole season, or most of the season, you know, we could say even going into last year, the Raptors had a big tendency of falling behind early and then having to fight really hard to get back into a game. Well, now it's the opposite. Now you've done the hard work. You came out aggressively. You've built yourself a lead. Take on the onus and have some pride in maintaining it away from home, and show that you can do that. You know, turn that switch on and show that this team here is not only capable of getting up 30, 40, 25 points, but maintaining it and resting in the fourth quarter, letting the guys who don't play a lot get in the game and close it out.
100% agree. The Warriors lead the league in clutch minutes played this season. They played in a lot of close games. The Raptors are actually third in that category, so they've played a lot of close games as well. Their last 5 games have each been decided by 5 points or less. You don't want it to come to that tonight, because what scares you about being in those clutch scenarios with this Warriors team, even though it's not the Warriors team that it used to be, is Steph Curry, who's still Steph Curry. And I don't care what the scoreboard says. We'll talk about the defense on Steph in the first half, but we saw what he did against Detroit the other night. He can go off for a lot of points in a pretty short amount of time. You don't want it to come to that. Continue to put your foot on the gas against this Warriors team, a struggling Warriors team that has been through a lot over the last few weeks, and take care of business here. I mentioned Steph, so let's give the Raptors defense some credit. 10 times in his career, in his 15-year career, has he been held without a field goal in a half when playing at least 17 minutes, including tonight. It's only happened 3 times since 2017. He did make both of his free throws, but the Raptors held him to 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3 in 17 minutes. Not easy to do.
The Raptors' first half status brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Hurry to your local Subaru dealer to get more out of every kilometer this fall, including more karaoke. So we'll just go with RJ. 18 minutes, 10 of 13, 5 of 6 from the outside, 26 points. He has 3 rebounds and 3 assists. The Raptors shooting 47% from the outside, 61.5% overall. Lead at 76-49 at the half. The second half is next. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
A big win and a bigger impact. When you play the MLSE Foundation 50-50 jackpot, you support the kids and the future Raptors of tomorrow. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. Will this season include you? The only way to find out is if you play. Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Voudriez-vous apprendre une autre langue?
Would you like to learn another language?
Come l'italiano?
Like Italian.
O español?
Or Spanish. With Babbel, learning a language is
fácil,
easy,
et amusant.
and fun. Because unlike the rote methods you struggled with in school,
scola.
Babbel's interactive lessons are created by real language teachers and voiced by real native speakers using a modern conversation-based method designed for all levels of learners. Babbel's lessons take only 10 minutes a day.
Mais non!
But yes, and in 3 weeks, je parle français avec mes amis québécois. If I can learn a language, so can you. Babbel.com. There's no faster, easier way to learn a language. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off. Babbel. Language for life. Go to babbel.com.
This is the sound of medicine. When you stay at a Ronald McDonald House, close to your sick child, family is medicine. And right now, it's helping Ryan battle leukemia. We need your help to keep families together. Please donate today at rmhc.ca.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Third quarter about to start. The Toronto Raptors do not adjust your radio, sports fans. The Toronto Raptors leading the Golden State Warriors 76-49. I have some clarification. Record for most points in a half by Toronto, 84. 84 points on March 25th, 2011 at Golden State. So something about this arena, this area, who knows, but Javon, one of the hardest things to do is play with a big lead. The other guys ticked off. You get a bit complacent. Now I'll take this shot. It doesn't matter. We're still up 15. We're still up 20. You take your foot off the gas. It's going to be important for the Raptors to come out in this third quarter and get after it. And with that, we'll tell you the third quarter and the action delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Right now, get 2 medium pizzas, 4 toppings combined for just $20.99. Visit 2for1pizza.com. How important is the start here, Javon?
It's huge, right? And it's very important because, one, Golden State has Steph Curry, but they also have Draymond Green in that locker room. I'm sure he's really ripped into those guys. And, you know, not just the effort, not accepting the effort that they put forth in the first quarter there. So you can see with the attack that Golden State starts with here, you know, aggressive and getting Looney the basketball down low, who had played with some energy in that first half. But that's the danger of also having a big lead like this is you have a tendency, it's just human nature, not just Raptors, but human nature to take your foot off of the pedal a bit. So just really replicating and duplicating what you did in that first half is going to be extremely important the first 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter to get yourself rolling.
Kevon Looney fouled on the first possession, and he was go to the free throw line. Knocks down 2, and Golden State gets a couple back, but there's a long hill to climb right now for Golden State. Raptors in the white, coming front court from left to right. Pirtle, top of the lane, gives it to Barrett. RJ kicks it cross court. Barnes, 3, no good. Rebound, Podziemski. Outlet, Šarić. Interesting that the starting lineup's been shuffled for Golden State to start this half.
Three players shuffled around there.
Šarić has it knocked away far side right wing by Barrett on the reach-in, and it'll stay with Golden State.
Wiggins, Kuminga, Trace Jackson-Davis to the bench to start the half.
Looney, top of the lane. Golden State in the black, moving right to left. Šarić gets it to Thompson. Down to the baseline near side. Thompson spins. Fall away jumper over Siakam. Short. It's an air ball. Didn't hit the rim. And it'll be Toronto basketball.
Pascal, big time discipline on that shot there. Clay, the shot fake and getting it up. He stood there on his shoelaces and stayed vertical.
Raptors up 76-51. Scotty in the lane, kicks to Pascal, near corner. He couldn't handle the pass. Went off his left hand out of bounds on the baseline, so Raptors can't start giving stuff away, Javon.
Right, had the right idea there. Got the strong side help off the corner and just put a little bit too much on the pass to Pascal.
Looney in the lane jams it down. 76-53. And another quick timeout by Darko. We're a minute 16 into the third quarter. Golden State cuts the lead to 76. The Raptors have not scored. Golden State has cut the lead to 76-53, and Darko wants a timeout. So we'll take a break too. This is a Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Unhibernate, a verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage, I am going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Hi, it's Randy Hanatko, founder of Train West Online Academy. Let me ask you, how much more effective would you be if you only gave presentations to thoroughly qualified, committed prospects who are willing to let their money go? The people in our program don't make presentations to unqualified people because they know it's a waste of time. For 18 years, we've been training professional salespeople to reach their full potential. If you're deadly serious about increasing your sales and profits, go to trainwest.ca to learn more, trainwest.ca.
Hi, Anthony Longo here. At Longo's, we're proud of what we offer our guests. That's why we sign every product we make with our family name. When you shop for staples like peanut butter and our all-new orange juice, you can save over 30% compared to other national brands. It's easy to save money without compromising quality when you switch to Longo's. I'm just glad we switched to printed labels. My wrist was getting very sore. For quality that meets your family standards, trust ours, Longo's.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Raptors leading 76-53, and right now Golden State trying to make a game of it, Javon, and get back into this thing. They've had a relatively quick start, 4-0 start to this third quarter. See if the Raptors can crank it up and rekindle some of the fire that they had in that first half.
Yeah, well, they had to come out of the half with something, right? There was some boos from Chase Center that we heard when, guys were going to the locker room, and obviously Coach Kerr made some adjustments to the lineup. Moody came out with some energy and some fire, as they should, right? The big lead, that we're down big, you've got to have some response.
Raptors in the white, left to right, quickly near side, right wing. The floater off glass, no good. Rebound knocked away off Looney, they say. Veteran Sean Corbin, veteran official, and the Raptors will get another touch. Barnes to inbound, far side, left baseline, beside the Raptor bench. Gets it in long to Pirtle, who steps on Siakam's foot. Looked like he turned his ankle. Siakam at least blocks the shot by Šarić. Pirtle went to the ground and comes up gingerly on that left ankle. I thought Scotty had quickly open in the corner. Oh, Pirtle turned the ankle. We get a look at the replay in slow-mo.
Yeah, he stepped on Pascal there. A tough one because you could hear, Scotty put some air on the basketball, and both Pascal and Pirtle are in the same direction. You could hear Pascal saying, I got it. But Pirtle was already there, stepped on his foot.
Underneath, Podziemski, three, near side, got it. 76-56. Golden State's cut the lead to 20. It was 27 at half. Pirtle not moving real well on that foot. but floats it up and in near side. A noticeable limp in that gate. Raptors go up 78-56. Pajemski in the lane, gets it to Looney. Finds Saric, floats it up and in, and a foul. R.J. Barrett saying, the guy's holding me off with one arm. And they're going to give Saric continuation on that.
Saric is strong as an ox, right? Catches the basketball with one hand there, holds R.J. off with the left, and just they put enough air on the basketball, just guides him to the rim. Played against him, Canada, in national team versus Croatia, and this one he was a lot younger. Believe you me, he was. I thought I was pretty strong, but he's built like a wall.
78-59, the Raptors' 27-point lead. We're watching it like my bank account slowly going down. Siakam kicks it out. Barnes, three straight away, no good. Golden State front court in the black, right to left. Thompson catch and shoot three, good. 78-62. Golden State cut the lead to 16. Barnes to Barrett, near side. RJ puts it on the ground, drives into the lane to Pirtle. Drives baseline, kick it out. Siakam three, good, down the bottom of the well. Raptors apply a tourniquet, slow the bleeding as they knock down a triple to make it 81-62.
Pascal just really waiting, patient, walking into that three. I thought Pirtle did a good job. Probably got bumped, once or twice down low. Could have gotten, could have drawn a foul call there and a good kick out.
Curry drives, lays it in, reverse layup. 81-64. The lead 17. Golden State's cut 10 off the lead already. Barrett in the lane, fouled by Looney. I like that decision. Just don't let this thing get going up and down and let the crowd into it. Get into the paint, get a layup, get fouled. Just throw some water on this thing.
Well, the good thing here, RJ gets fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line 4-2, which stops the play. Knocks down the first of
A 19-point lead. RJ has 28 on the night. Curry in the lane, no good, is fouled. Tied up by Siakam. Raptors take it away. Barrett, front court. Finds Trent. 3-ball near side. Bang, bang in the bottom of the well. 99-87. Toronto pushes back a little bit to make the lead 12.
That's a great decision by RJ in transition. Everybody knows he's usually going to be in attack, a freight train getting downhill. Gary Trent Jr. running on that right side. Gets that open look at the 45, and RJ with a crisp pass into the shooter's pocket.
Wiggins up top. Gets it to Moody. Stripped by Trent. Raptors come back 4-on-1. Trent drive, lay it up, no good. Boucher follows and puts it up and in right as the horn expires to end the third quarter. And a little extracurricular between Kuminga and Trent. Gary gets up and walks to the bench. 3 quarters in the books.
Well, this was a build-up, right? Kuminga and Gary Trent Jr. were chirping at each other a little earlier in the quarter. Kuminga was posting it up, and Gary Trent Jr. was saying, no, got a tip on it. But a great job by the Raptors. 2 defensive possessions, good defensive possessions to end the quarter, and converts on the other end.
101-87, Raptors by 14. Last lap of the track coming up. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
The holiday season is officially behind us. The eggnog is gone and the decorations will soon be packed away. But maybe not Carol's next door. She leaves hers up all year long. I've never understood why. With Sunwing Vacations, say goodbye to January blues and hello to savings. Picture this: palm trees swaying, crystal clear waters, and not a fruitcake in sight. So long, awkward family moments. Paradise is calling. Book with your local travel agent or...
The job market isn't changing. It's already changed. New technologies are creating new jobs and eliminating others. How can you prepare for this new world of work? With a York University School of Continuing Studies program. Our programs are developed with industry experts and enable you to upskill and reskill quickly. You'll also gain access to our career services to help pursue your ambitions. Get hired in fields like accounting, big data, cybersecurity, digital marketing, customer success management, and cloud ops. Learn more at continue.yorku.ca.
Ontario is building up our nursing workforce. Since 2018, over 60,000 new nurses have registered to work in Ontario. Last year alone, Ontario added 15,000 new nurses, a record year. Across the province, there's another 30,000 nursing students in school. We're investing millions in new programs that pay for nurses' schooling, books, and equipment, and attracting highly trained nurses from around the world by breaking down barriers so they can get to work sooner. See all the ways we're connecting you to care. Ontario.ca/yourhealth. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
Fourth quarter, last lap of the track. Toronto Raptors leading the Golden State Warriors 101-87. Fourth quarter is brought to you by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Well, the Raptors will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. Jonte Porter out there with Dennis Schroeder, RJ Barrett, Gary Trent Jr., and Chris Boucher. Schroeder to Porter. Raptors in the white, coming left to right. Barrett to Porter. In the lane, kicks across court. Raptors hum it around. Barrett drives, floats it up. No good, but he's fouled by Corey Joseph. And the Raptors with good ball movement there. Javon just kind of kept it going, and RJ caught them running at the closeout and drove it.
Well, he started the advantage, right, and it ends up with the basketball for the shot attempt. But Golden State is switching everything on the perimeter. RJ gets into the paint, that slide advantage, kicks it out to the weak side corner. Ball moves around the horn, ends up back in his hands, and he's ready for the attack.
Misses the free throw. Raptors 7 of 12 from the line tonight. Second one goes down. 33 for RJ. And the Raptors lead 102-87. 15 points, but certainly not enough in today's NBA. Podziemski. Drive underneath. Corey Joseph in the lane. Has it knocked away. Stolen. Here comes Toronto. Schroeder, far side left wing to Boucher. 3 in the air, good. Down the bottom of the well for Chris Boucher, who needs 2 more points to reach 3,000 for his career. 105-87, Raptors by 18. Corey Joseph in the lane. Kick it out to Wiggins. Down the lane, floated up, no good, but the foul called. And Andrew Wiggins will go to the line for 2. The foul will go on Toronto, and it will go against R.J. Barrett.
Chris Boucher and Porter did a good job against Corey Joseph, just switching. He's reluctant to shoot the basketball. He gets into the paint. Both of them were just tag teaming, switching back and forth. RJ fell asleep there with Wiggins attacking, crashing to the basket, gets himself to the free throw line, and he's been relatively quiet.
Yeah.
Only 12 minutes in this game here.
Makes 1 of 2 free throws, rebound to the Raptors. Here comes Boucher. Front court. Gets it to Porter. Now to Schroeder straight away. In the white, left to right. Here come the Raptors. Schroeder directing traffic. Drives on Šarić, near side. Turns the jumper, good. Schroeder backed him off, turned and shot it in his face. 107-88, the lead back up to 19 for Toronto after it had slipped into single digits.
If Schroeder gets to that baseline, right, he's shooting a high clip, 60% on baseline shots for Schroeder. Does a good job getting that switch on Šarić.
Schroeder and the Raptors give up the jumper to Šarić there. Boucher, 3 near side, good. Down the bottom of the well for Chris Boucher. Timeout, Golden State. Raptors push the lead back up to 20 at 110-90. Saying to Raptor fans, easy, easy. We're going to do our best here.
And we're saying to Chris Boucher, keep shooting right. 5 for 5 for him, 3 for 3 from the three-point line. 13 points in just 8 minutes. But it starts with the attack, again with R.J. Barrett in that cross-court pass with the left hand out, crisp delivery, shooter's pocket.
10-17, fourth quarter. Raptors 110, Golden State 90. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Kevin Hart, and guess what? I've got my own channel on Sirius XM, Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio, channel 96. We play the best stand-up comedy from some of my favorite comedians, and I got my own show. It's called Straight from the Heart, and I host it with a bunch of unattractive friends of mine. They call the Plastic Cup Boys. Every Tuesday and Thursday, real, raw, authentic conversation. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Laugh Out Loud Radio right here on Sirius XM, channel 96. Don't miss it.
Welcome, everyone. This is Dave LaGreca here, letting you know that Busted Open is now live 7 days a week. So join myself as well as Hall of Fame wrestlers like Bully Ray, Mark Henry, Mickey James, and more for knowledgeable pro wrestling talk, entertaining debates, and interviews with the biggest names in the game every single day of the week on the SiriusXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or subscribe to YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Brandon Marshall, a.k.a. The Beast from I Am Athlete.
And this is Ashley Nicole Moss. Every weekday, hear us talking sports, culture, and more with Paper Route on the I Am Athlete podcast feed. There isn't anybody who has a chemistry quite like myself and Brandon Marshall.
That's what makes all of these shows great, is the personalities. Check us out every weekday on YouTube or download Paper Route as part of the I Am Athlete podcast feed on the SXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Soccer's biggest clubs play in the English Premier League, and you can hear them in action every week on Sirius XM FC.
A 5-star show from Manchester City.
From the traditional powers
Liverpool have been incredible tonight. Manchester United may just have won it.
to the new kids on the block.
Newcastle United, they have lived off.
All the top teams.
A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Every match.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur.
Only on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app.
Put another notch in the left-hand column as they're led right now by the 33 of R.J. Barrett, and The bench giving them really good minutes tonight, outscoring, or right there with Golden State's bench, 33-32.
And, to your point with RJ, he scored the basketball, but he's also done a good job adjusting in this third quarter by dishing it out as well. 6 assists for him. He's made some really good plays.
Moody, deep three, far side, right wing. Golden State gets 3 out of the timeout, 110-93 Toronto. Under 10 minutes to go, 9:50, fourth quarter. Porter, dribble handoff to Barrett. RJ near side, right wing. Drives on Sharish, jump stop in the lane, floats it up, no good. But Jonte Porter there to tip in the loose change. Raptors 112, Golden State 93.
Porter gets it. He gets it. Do the little things, get yourself minutes, earn yourself minutes.
Curry, long jumper for 3, no good. Curry, rough night, 0 of 8 from distance, 1 of 12 from the floor. Trent, underneath, Boucher, lay it up and in. Great pass, great look by GTJ. Raptors push the lead to 114-93. Curry, near side. On the drive, reverse layup, got it. Curry with 6 points tonight. 8 points on 2 of 13, has not made a 3. 8:50 to go. Raptors up 114-95. Trent. Far side on the bounce. Gets it to Barrett. Against Sharge. RJ drives into the lane. Leans in. Floats it up and in. Wow, what strength by Barrett. Put his chest on Sharge and said, take this 2 with you.
Listen, that's bully ball, and he moved Sarge right out of the way. Sarge was playing that left hand to the baseline. RJ gets to the middle with his right and gets right back to that left with a finish.
Moody down the baseline far side, lays it in on the pass from Wiggins. And he's fouled. So Golden State cuts it to 116-97 and a free throw to come for Moses Moody.
And RJ made that last basket right in front of the Raptors bench. And on his way back on D, he gave everybody the little flex. Showed him he's playing some big boy basketball.
Well, he is playing like a grown man tonight at 23 years old. 35 points on 17 shots. Free throw good for Moody. 116-98. Raptors by 18. Like a young Paul Jones who goes to a bar with not quite tatty money, just trying to nurse it home. Schroeder near side, right wing. Gets it to Pirtle in the lane. Back to Schroeder. Foul line jumper clean for Dennis Schroeder. Raptors back up 20, 118-98. 8 minutes to go in the game. Curry on Barrett, near side, on the bounce. Gets it to Sharich. Looking for Wiggins, and they've got a defensive 3-second on Boucher. They were trying to get it down low as Schroeder was guarding Moody, and I guess Boucher was helping on the weak side. They got him for standing in the paint. Curry makes the free throw. 118-99. Toronto by 19. 7:53 to go. Time can't move fast enough if you're a Raptor fan. We saw the homecoming for Darko Rajakovic in Memphis. Andrew Wiggins in the lane floats it up, no good. Rebound, Boucher. It's a homecoming of sorts for Jama Mahalela, as he was a Golden State assistant years ago. Barrett drives, fall away in the lane, good. Down again for RJ. 37. He's saying, what's a 40-piece cost? Looney up top. Raptors by 21. Moody, 3, no good. Rebound, Schroeder. Barrett, front court. RJ saying, get out of here. I got Curry. Let me go to work. Backs down. Kicks it cross court to Boucher. Chris drive, floated up and in. Boucher with 17 off the bench. 122-99 Toronto.
Well, if I'm Golden State, I'm trying to figure out 2 things right now. Where is Wiggins and where is the defense of Golden State Warriors?
Well, the defense is nowhere. The Raptors shooting 60%, leading 122-99. Curry misses another one. 0 of 9 from distance. Schroeder, baseline jumper, good. 124-99. It's a 25-point lead for Toronto, almost what it was at halftime with 6.5 to go. And I wonder if Steve Kerr's going to put out the fire, call in the dogs, and say the hunt is over. Let's take a break. 6.5 to go, fourth quarter. We approach the top of the stretch. Toronto driving on. 124-99. They lead. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show, with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their classic meatball sandwich on 6-inch toasted garlic bread, smothered in classic tomato sauce and mozzarella from just $9.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
People often ask me how fast I am. Oh, 1 sec. I just went to Bali and back. I'm also fast when it comes to helping people. Like when I helped Bill. His company vehicles were being serviced, and I was able to help him with a business loan. He got the transport trucks they needed, and I got to honk the horn. All of them.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Creating a company's culture is more than a vision and mission statement or plastering catchy phrases on the wall. People are the most important asset of any organization, so it's critical to build a culture that attracts and retains top talent. At Train West Online Academy, we help you establish a series of steps to help you define your corporate culture. We will help you define your beliefs, values, and passion, and discuss how you first need to connect with people. If you'd like to learn how to do this, go to trainwest.ca and click on our management training programs. That's trainwest.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
They're at the Chase Center in San Francisco, California. And right now it's Golden State having to do a lot of chasing of the Toronto Raptors. 124-99 Toronto. 6.5 to go in the ball game. As Toronto has put the pedal back down. They led by 27 at half. They lead by 25 now. Golden State had cut it to 9 single digits at 96-87 with 58.5 to go third quarter. But Toronto said, hold on here. And got things going the right way. R.J. Barrett, 37 points tonight. And the next highest scorer for Toronto is Chris Boucher on a perfect 7 of 7 and 3 of 3 from distance with 17 points, 7 rebounds. Kuminga drives, kicks it out. Corey Joseph, far side. They got to shoot it. Kuminga, deep 3, no good. Rebound, Boucher. Here comes Schroeder, front court. On the bounce, Schroeder. Against Lester Quinones. Barrett near side, right wing. Drives, spins into the lane. Has it knocked away as he drove on Jerome Robinson. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Toronto. If you're a Raptor fan, you're breathing a little bit easier now, Javon. It looks like Steve Kerr's called in the dogs. His hunt is over. Thompson and Curry sitting on the bench.
Looking at Curry in front of us right now, 9 points, 0 for 9 from 3. But he's got the towel on his head, Jonesy, and I know what that means, what that look means. Towel on the head with 5:40 to go.
Raptors missed a jumper. Back comes Kuminga. Front court. Raptors will hit Los Angeles. Jackson Davis with the dunk down low for a back-to-back with the Lakers and then the Clippers on Tuesday and Wednesday. 124-101 Toronto. The only drama left now as he's fouled R.J. Barrett by Jerome Robinson. Is he going to hit Is he going to buy the full 40-piece wings, or is he going to stay a few short?
He's going to.
That's what happens. No, that's what happens when I buy the wings and I send Javon. I order 40, but only 37 come back.
Jonesy ordered a 40-piece wingding special, and he got 37 of them.
And Javon turns into Shaggy. Wasn't me. Schroeder in the lane, floats it up and in, and a foul on the continuation. And if you're the Raptors, you'd like to say, can we save some of these for Tuesday night in L.A.? Schroeder on the line. Free throw, no good. It's about the only thing that hasn't happened for Toronto tonight. They're 8 of 14 from the line, shooting 57%, but quite frankly, they haven't needed it. Golden State back, front court. Kuminga's pass deflected by Barnes, out of bounds. It'll stay with Golden State.
Getting a closer look at Kuminga, and as much as he's had to say in terms of his minutes and wanting more minutes, he's a good athlete, but he's still very raw.
Yeah.
Very, very raw. And, sky's the limit, potential is there, all that good stuff. But he's somebody that definitely has to refine his game and really hone in on what he does well.
Deep three goes down for Lester Quinones. 126-104. Raptors still leading comfortably inside the top of the stretch. 4:30 to go. Trent in the lane, floats it up, no good. Back comes Golden State. Robinson jumper, no good in the corner. Rebound to Barrett. RJ, 37 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists.
He was going for the 40 ball there, Jonesy. Transition pull-up, top of the key from 3. Fell a little short, but...
Up 22 with 4 minutes. I'll give you that one now.
I'll hunt it. I don't have a problem with him hunting it.
Jackson Davis lays it in. Under 3 minutes to go. Toronto by 20. Porter, corner 3, no good. Rebound knocked away. They say loose ball foul. Now, are they going to get it on Schroeder? They're starting to walk the other way. It will be against Schroeder. So Toronto leading by 20, 126-20, 3:44 to go in the game. And Devon, you got to love it if you're the Raptors. You finally get a laugher, one that you don't have to worry coming home.
Yeah. And, with this game, you could always ask for more, right? You could always ask for 48 minutes of basketball, but I thought this team played 45 minutes.
Trent drives, lays it in. Gary with a nice game off the bench. He's got 14 on 6 of 10.
By the time this game ends, they would have played 45 minutes of just very solid basketball.
Moody lobs it up to Trace Jackson Davis. He jams it down. 128-108 Toronto. So we said earlier in the year, Thad Young into the game, tries to find Garrett Temple. The pass is picked off. You could see if the Raptors got it together, they could go on a 4, 5, 6 game winning streak. It's not quite that, but you're looking at kind of 3 out of 4 here, Javon, playing well with new guys and getting it together. I mean, you look at the East standings. Raptors make the steal, knock it away. Garrett Temple on the ground for the ball. Here comes McDaniels.
I'll say this. If this team continues to play.
Thad Young, 3 is in the bottom of the well. Old Man River knocks it down. 131-108 Toronto.
Young legs checking into the game and says, I don't need any time to warm up. Get me the rock.
Moody, 3 up top, good. 131-111 Toronto.
And back to my point there with if this team continues to play well on the rest of this road trip, they're going to make decisions a lot tougher than, we heard some of that chatter, coming out of Sacramento a couple days ago with Pascal and so forth. But there's some pieces here now.
Oh, yeah.
There's some pieces here. And when you have, different personnel, guys are a bit more skilled and can play each position, you get a little chemistry, get a little rhythm going, and things can change in a heartbeat.
Listen, everybody thinks when you make a trade, it's a start of a whole bunch of dominoes and more moves to come. Make your changes a little at a time so you can see the impact of each change. That's my own personal philosophy.
What also happens is, you see a different team when you have confidence.
Right.
And you string together some wins, and that's why you and I talked about it as well. Road wins and this team going on the road trip, as soon as that trade happened, is going to be very important to see for the growth of this group.
Moody in the lane has it knocked away. Wanted the foul call, and he's in the grill of referee Zach Zarba to no avail. And the Raptors will see Golden State defending. Well, I usually say down the stretch we come, but the Raptors have breezed through the stretch, and Golden State still at the top of the turn. 131-113 Toronto, under a minute to go. Fourth quarter. Robinson misses. Garrett Temple on the run out, lays it up and in.
Garrett Temple's been the consummate pro.
He is everything. Everything.
I actually spoke to a West Coast executive about him this week, and his words or his sentiments were, he's a role model.
Yes, he is.
Right, that speaks volumes. Forget basketball, right? Forget his production at this point in his career, but being a vet, he's a role model. Spoke volumes about him.
Well, it's just the way he conducts himself on and off. This is an older guy. Even the way he dresses coming to the game.
Yep.
Coming to the game.
Yep.
Wears a suit. I'm going to work. This is serious business.
Every day I see him, I know he's already landed himself a job when he decides to retire. Right? He auditions for an assistant coaching role every single day, and he's doing a really good job at it.
Raptors turn it over. Quinones gets a dunk, but that'll do it. It's all window dressing. It's a 15-point Raptor win. Toronto goes to Golden State and gets a victory. It's a final. Toronto 133, Golden State 118.
Well, Jonesy, they put 133 on the board, and they held Golden State to 45% shooting. But even more important, Steph Curry, 2 for 14, 0 for 9 from the three, held him to 9 points. This was a team effort. 6 guys in double figures, and they did it on both ends of the floor, right? You talk about how they started the game, forcing Golden State to turn the ball, cough the ball up, 10 turnovers, which led to 21 points. And outside of that, that third quarter run, they played 45 minutes of really good, really good basketball.
Yeah.
Right? Really good basketball. Ended quarter as well. And you couldn't ask for more from this group tonight. RJ came out. He had himself a heck of a game, and he let the game come to him in the half court. He got out. He worked in transition like his usual self, being aggressive, being tough. 37 points for him, 6 rebounds. And when things started to go, he was really making some good plays for his teammates with 6 assists.
Yeah, I mean, 37 points on 20 shots, 13 of 20 from the floor, 5 of 8 from distance. A banner night for Mr. Barrett. And a banner night for the Raptors. He leads them. They are 2-1 on this 6-game road trip. And even the game they lost in Sacramento, they were in that one too. So it's on to Los Angeles, the City of Angels, Tuesday night. They'll take on the Lakers. We'll be here with you Wednesday night when they take on the Clippers. For all of us here, we say thank you for listening. Raptors defeat Golden State 133-118. You've been listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. Post-game is up next with Jim Taddy. Good night from Toronto.
What it is. Connect with the R&B and hip-hop that's hot now. Slamming you out. Discover who's next. I see you. and stay up on the culture.
Cause Drake don't know how to kiss and not tell.
On the Heat.
Girl, your BP is a 0. My back shot sound like bongo.
Channel 46 and on the SiriusXM app. Included in all trials and popular plans.
Hi, it's Billy Joel here.
Because you had to be a big shot.
All my music on my very own channel, the Billy Joel Channel.
Billy's now for a limited time on Channel 79 and on the SiriusXM app. Included in all trials and popular plans.
Carrie Underwood brings you a brand new way to work out. Just in time for your New Year's resolution. It's not just cardio, it's cardio.
A playlist that gets you ready to work out, gets you in the zone. I like stuff that I can either dance to or that I can get mad with.
High energy tracks you can sweat to. Plus, fitness tips from Carrie and her trainer. Cardio by Carrie's Country. Now in the SiriusXM app. Free with all trials and popular plans.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports. The biggest sporting events happen on SiriusXM Sports. Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports. Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports. The biggest sporting events happen on SiriusXM Sports. Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
On TSN 1050, the Raptors live here.
Raptors turn it over. Quinones gets a dunk, but that'll do it. It's all window dressing. It's a 15-point Raptor win. Toronto goes to Golden State and gets a victory. It's a final. Toronto 133, Golden State 118.
Welcome to the Raptors postgame show. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg, and Javon Shepard. Paul Jones is kind enough to hang around for the 133-118 win. And Jonesy, without a doubt, the most fun we've had in the broadcast all year. No question about that one, is there?
Yeah, Jim, it's nice to kind of have a laugher and a stress-free victory if you're a Raptor fan. And Javon and I talked about it. This was, we kind of looked at each other one of the timeouts in the fourth quarter and says, geez, so this is what happens when you play close to 48 minutes. I mean, you think about it, outside of the third quarter where Golden State got it down to single digits there, and the Raptors had enough money in the bank as a buffer to withstand that. But this was a pretty complete game. And, the other night against Sacramento, if they decide they're going to play 48 minutes and their defense isn't, slack and loose at the start of the game, maybe it's a different result. That being said, I thought tonight was pretty solid. I thought they showed some maturity when Golden State cut the lead to 9 and they were able to get the ball to the right people, the right spots, slow things down, getting into the lane, making layups or getting free throws, all those kinds of things. There was a maturity tonight in not giving up the full lead. Yes, it got cut down to 9, but then you saw it go back up to 25.
This was the showcase, and as Jonesy likes to say, this team showed their cards, and they showed what they're capable of doing. They showed their hand, and the stats are the stats. The Raptors shot the ball well from 3 and 2, and we're seeing the effects of the trade and just adding 2 new players, what it's done to the dynamic of the team. You look at the assist total, 38 assists on 55 made field goals. You see RJ Barrett, 37, 6 and 6, playing like someone who has something to prove to the rest of the NBA. And when people say that someone potentially is struggling, it's mostly because of the opportunity that they're getting, not because of the actual player. So I think in New York he was a bit stifled. If Jalen Brunson is taking, a good majority of the shots, then there isn't really much for RJ left to do. On this team, he's playing in rhythm. He's not forcing anything. I mean, he took 20 shots tonight, but they're all in rhythm, and you're seeing the result of that. So opportunity is what is going to breed your ability to go ahead and score and be, a dynamic player. But I have to give credit to the rest of the team, because a guy like Pascal Siakam, who's used to having the ball in his hands and being every night, I think that's a skill when you allow other players to go ahead and flourish. Yeah. And he doesn't need it to be his night every night. Yeah. And that is the sign of a really good player, someone who understands that, and let RJ do his thing tonight because it is his night. Well, maybe Tuesday against the Lakers, things will change.
And Warren, that's part of the maturity I was talking about.
Exactly.
Exactly. RJ, I think he was a victim of circumstance in New York. Randall, I mean, you and I have laughed about this, Warren. Passing is the last option sometimes for Julius Randle. Like, he'd sometimes rather take a bad shot than he would actually pass the ball. And then Brunson is the guy that's orchestrating things. RJ is basically, hey, man, stand in the corner. And when you're that kind of
left.
Yeah, and then when you're that kind of a talent, you're standing in the corner and you finally get the ball, you're saying, and we know this, Warren, from playing with guys like that. The guy takes a shot, it's a bad shot, and you go, well, of course, he hasn't touched it in a while. What do you expect? He's going to shoot it whether it's good or not. And I don't think you're going to see those moments for RJ in Toronto. He's probably going to be more of the fabric, part of the fabric of the offense. So, but you're right. The maturity of the rest of the guys is he's got it going. Let's feed the fire.
And my point overall is just the fact that the team is coming together. I mean, there you look at, the third quarter is a prime example. Golden State made a great run. They cut the lead down to 9 points, and I was literally starting to get worried. But the Raptors called timeout, and they have enough now where that is not going to be the case. I hope moving forward, but from what I've seen thus far, they aren't going to crumble. They have enough offensively and enough defensively where they can continue to maintain and build upon a lead, and they make tough shots when it counts. Dennis Schroeder's shot on that baseline, tough jumper in. Him and Gary Trent off the bench now. They're manning that unit and they're producing. The bench, Boucher, phenomenal game. 17-9, phenomenal game. But I can go down the list. They have 8 guys now who can really do damage, and we're starting to see that.
It's a different looking team, and it's interesting because I think there's the direct and the indirect impact of the new guys. The indirect being that, like, all of a sudden a lot of these other guys look reinvigorated in the way that you often see after there's a midseason shakeup where all of a sudden it's like a fire has been lit under a team. But in terms of the direct impact, we already talked about RJ Barrett, but even Emmanuel Quickley, the numbers aren't going to jump off the page in the same way that they did over the last couple games, but 10 assists. And the first thing that IQ told us when he got to Toronto is that he wants to prove that he's a lead guard after being cast as more of a combo in his role off the bench with the Knicks. And I think he's done that here over the first 4 games with the Raptors. So in the same way that we say with RJ that, like, they needed a fresh start, both of them, to take a next step in their career. They didn't ask for it, but they needed it. And they're both showing that they can, with a different role and a different opportunity, they can be different players.
I want to go back to Siakam, enjoying the fact that Barrett had a great night. And so if you go back to the loss to Detroit, the trade was earlier that day. And after that game, Schroeder was saying that the team was still selfish. Now, it's not on the guys that were traded to the Knicks. That's not the issue. But it forces you to look into the mirror and think, he might be right, and you've got new guys coming in, so you're going to listen to the coach maybe a little more, but the message is going to get through, and it all comes together eventually, doesn't it, Jonesy?
Yeah, it sure looks like it. We talked about this, and I could certainly foresee this team, as I said, going on a 4 or 5 game winning streak at some point. I mean, it took them since November 22nd. It took them the 2 games, the win over Cleveland and then the road win at Memphis to win 2 in a row for the first time since November. Now it's 3 out of 4.
They don't get a free dinner from Darko for that, but that should be worth like a free brunch.
Well, they keep the threat going, Josh. Like you can't get 3 in a row until you get 1. And they got 2, they lost 1, and they got another one again. And I think that's kind of a key with this group right now. The road trip is grueling. You've already got 2 wins. You still have 3 left on the road. Can you go another 2 out of 3? The idea is to avoid the protracted losing streaks. Avoid dropping 4 in a row, 5 in a row. I mean, you look at the record right now, and people are saying, "Wow, they're 15 and 21." Well, look at the standings. And if you want to get experience for Scotty, and you want to try to make some noise, improve, get into the play-in, they're right on the line right now. They're sitting in 11th, and they're fighting with the likes of Brooklyn and Atlanta. These are teams that are all kind of at the same level.
And it's the NBA, right? Like, you're not going to win every game, but I think what you're trying to avoid now more than anything else is those demoralizing losses that we saw early in the season. And it would have been easy to go into Sacramento. The Kings are hitting all those threes, and you don't make that comeback. You lose big. And all of a sudden, like, that hits in a way that a hard-fought loss doesn't, it's a different story. So while results matter, and I agree, like, you're at the point of the season where you need to start racking up wins. Results matter, but they're not, it's not all that matters. And right now, what we've seen from this team through 4 games with the new guys, like, there's something there. And this is a period, as we were talking before the game, this is a period of evaluation for Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster. They're looking at the record, but they're also looking at other things, the eye test. What is this team showing? The fight, the character on a night-to-night basis. And again, like, it's early, but so far, so good. Like, you have to be encouraged by what you've seen from this new look team so far.
I mean, I think the it's early, but it's also not early. I mean, we've played a lot of games.
Yeah, with respect to the season, Warren, you're right. I mean, we're halfway through the season. Yeah.
And I think more importantly, it's more so about the habits. That's the key. It's what type of team do you habitually get out there? Is it a team that goes out and plays against a good team and wins, and they play against a team that's not so good and they lose? And that's what the Raptors were. And now I think they're a team that we've seen before, where we know that the Raptors will play a certain style of basketball, and it won't be easy to come into Toronto and play anymore. And that's something that I think wasn't there, and it was lacking. And if you're trying to build a team, then you need to build a culture. And I think right now the dynamic and why this West Coast trip is so good is because your team is together. There is no one else there to support you except for the guys that are there. You can really come together and you can build that team culture. And I think we're starting to see it grow, because if it wasn't, I don't think they would look this fluid. And I know what it's like to be on a team and then go from one team to another. Maybe not at this level, but it's not easy to do and to gel. And this team looks as though they're doing just that, and they're doing it very quickly. So, no pun intended with the quickly, but but it is something to be said and something to account for, because that is what they're really going to pay attention to. What type of team are we getting consistently? And yeah, they were down against Sacramento, but they came back. And then in this game, they had the lead and they never lost it. Those are the habits that you want to see in games. That's what GMs and presidents are going to be evaluating, because the stats are the stats. That's fine. But it's the type of basketball you're playing. And what we're seeing from the Raptors now, I mean, like I said, it's hopefully if they can continue this, good things will come.
You learn a lot about teams during these long West Coast trips, for better or for worse. And I apologize for keep going back to this well, but 10 years ago, after that Rudy Gay trade, it was about a week or two later when the Raptors went on the road. I remember this well. I wrote this piece last month where the Raptors go into Dallas. They beat Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavs. A tough game. They then go into OKC, the great Thunder team with KD and Russ. They win that game. And DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry both described that trip to me as like make or break, and they knew it at the time. They could feel it. And I don't know that we're quite there yet, but I do think like the Raptors go on this trip and they get embarrassed, then we're having a very different conversation than the conversation we're having right now. Still 3 games left and a lot that can happen again for better or for worse, but I think these are character building.
Well, and look, let me just jump in here and say that, if this was a room, it'd be full of more energy and a lot brighter. And that happens, after, I want to say, 2 years and a couple of months of the same type of story. The starters overworked. The bench doesn't do the job. The Raptors playing catch-up game after game. this team is a lot different now, just based on that one trade. All of a sudden it's got energy. All of a sudden the 5 starters are rejuvenated. All of a sudden the bench has definition and makes a contribution on a nightly basis. Totally different picture, Jonesy.
Yeah, it is, Jim. And right now you're going to get the test to see if you can keep it going. You're going into a tough back-to-back. The Lakers and the Clippers. I mean, the Lakers are struggling right now. They've won one more game than me, you, Josh Warren, and Javon since the in-season tournament, right?
But they have a banner for it.
Yeah, but they have a banner. Yeah, they have a banner.
They do. And apparently LeBron's son can come in and play in the NBA, and his teammates are, they suck. So
well, that might help because right now they're 2 games under the watermark, and they're going to see the. We hope if this Toronto Raptor team comes with the same kind of effort, they're going to see a rejuvenated and ready to play Toronto Raptor team on Tuesday night. By the way, they're hanging tight with the Clippers right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw a meme online. I died. Someone said online that in order to see the Lakers in the standings, you have to accept all the cookies when you go on the NBA website. They're that far down in the standings. I was dying.
I like that one.
Well, plenty of cookies to go around for this one. 133-118 the final. Jonesy, thanks for hanging around. Appreciate
Pleasure,
it.
guys.
All right, we'll come back with more. This is the post-game show, Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050.
The National Basketball Association on Sirius XM. For a full list of games and channels, go to Sirius.
At 9:07. 9:30 p.m. LA Lakers face the LA Clippers. Lakers on Sirius 137 XM 212 and Internet 893. Clippers on Internet 892. In the NFL, 8:20 p.m.